it is going to be okay. It feels like a lot of change all at once, and it can be incredibly overwhelming, and that's okay in that moment. But pretty quickly, like, you're going to grow so much and meet so many new people, and it really is going to be okay.
Welcome to the Power of PennWest. I'm your host, Dr. John Anderson, president of PennWest University. Whether you're a current student, a proud alum, or just curious about the PennWest community, welcome. Please stay tuned as we explore the stories, achievements, and experiences of the people who bring life to our campuses in California, Clarion, Edinburgh, and online. Welcome to the Power of PennWest podcast. Well, today we have an absolute all-star lineup for the final Power of PennWest podcast episode of the 2024-25 academic year. It's time to meet our May 2025 commencement speakers. Being a leader means inspiring and guiding others toward achieving their goals, fostering a sense of unity and purpose. As commencement speakers, these individuals motivate graduates to embrace their potential, encouraging them to make meaningful contributions to their communities and to the world. First, we'll chat with Cassidy McCormick, an early childhood education major from our California campus. Cassidy has held multiple leadership roles at PennWest, including president of Alpha Lambda Delta. She aspires to become an elementary teacher, contributing to her community with dedication and passion. Cassidy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Next, to our Clarion campus with Joe Feiser, a psychology major who excelled academically and athletically at PennWest Clarion. Joe is a Dean's List recipient, scholar athlete, and active in various clubs. He plans to pursue a master's in clinical mental health counseling. Joe, thanks for joining us today.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Our other Golden Eagle is Gage Gray. At PennWest, Gage has been deeply engaged in campus life, serving as student government president. Passionate about higher education, he will pursue a master's in counseling, aiming to contribute to student affairs. Gage, it's great to have you, and welcome to the field of higher education as you pursue your next degree.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Next, we'll go a little farther north to Garrett Hanna, the student government president at PennWest Edinburgh. He also joins us on the podcast today. Garrett is an economics major with minors in political science and general business. He considers himself a Swiss Army knife, holding 2 cabinet positions and 2 ex officio positions in just 5 semesters. Garrett, welcome.
My pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Look forward to hearing how you balance your time. This will be an exciting conversation. Also from Edinburgh, we have Sonia Yost, who's graduating summa cum laude with a bachelor's degree in English. While at PennWest, she served as student trustee and was active in various organizations such as Highland Ambassadors. She will pursue a master's in student affairs in higher education. I'd also be welcome to the higher ed admin family. Sonia, it's great to have you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson.
And finally, we have Chloe McMullen, who is graduating with a bachelor's degree in middle-level education, also a member of Highland Ambassadors. Chloe served as co-president and was also a team leader for the President's Leadership Academy. She aims to inspire future generations as an educator, and I will also say she's an outstanding worker. She spent some time in the President's office up in Edinburgh. So, Chloe, thanks for joining us.
I'm excited to be here.
So to each of you, congratulations. This is an exciting time of life. Are you nervous about what's next? What is going to happen May 4th when you wake up and think that experience is over? Garrett, what does May 4th look like for you?
So to me, I have the special privilege of being able to speak to this class. Actually, I'm not graduating. I still have a semester left in school. So when I wake up on May 4th, I'll still be looking forward to being a fighting Scot in the fall time and getting done with all my schoolwork and hopefully getting forward to have a successful career and all that great stuff. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to speak to everyone who's graduating because I know from everything I've experienced and everything I've been a part of, there's a lot of people in this class that have done extremely well contributions to our university.
Excellent. Thanks, Garrett. Chloe, tell us about May 4th for you.
I think May 4th will definitely look like taking some time off after finishing up student teaching this semester. I will definitely be looking forward to relaxing for the summer, but continuing to prepare to start a job in August teaching middle school, and I'll be looking forward to that post-graduation.
And you're one of those, you've already got your job lined up, you finished your student teaching, the world is in alignment. Everything happened according to plan, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sonia, May 4th for you.
We're definitely going to be sleeping in for sure, make their huge day. But just, like Chloe said, relaxing over the summer, really, soaking it all up. Really, it's the last summer that I have before not doing anything for the rest of my life. So, just trying to enjoy that.
That's great. Joe, how about you?
So I'm actually going to be heading home for about a month before I start my summer camp position at Camp Allegheny down in Stoystown. It's a Christian camp, so that's what I'll be doing this summer.
That's great. Gage, your plans?
First and foremost, as soon as I wake up on the 4th, I'm going to take a deep breath. And I think that everybody could probably relate to that. I think that for me specifically, I've just been here because I picked up an extra year. So I've been here for 5 years. So it's going to be odd because I've said many times that it's like a family. We formed a family here at PennWest, and that family is not going to be just a quick walk over to campus as often as it was, but still always welcoming environment. But I think it's just the moment of being like, oh, I'm going into the real world. I've been involved, but now I'm moving on to my career. So a little scary, but also very exciting.
That's great. Cassidy, how about you?
May 4th, waking up will feel a little bittersweet. I'll be back home with my family, but at the same time, missing my campus family and all my friends. I'm actually working, so day one after graduation, I will be teaching parent-child gymnastics at the little gym in South Hills, so I'm very excited for that.
That's great. Well, let's take just a minute and have each of you share what it was like when you were asked to speak at commencement. That is a huge honor. I still thinking back to high school commencement. I remember who spoke then. I just know that one of the speakers was someone who I thought was really old, which was probably half my age now. But he spoke about how the tunnels were dug in England under the English Channel. I still, many decades later, remember that talk. So you could set up the same memories for lots of other people with the stories you share. What was it like when you got that call or email that said, hey, Chloe, we want you to speak at commencement?
I was super excited, definitely. It's something I've been looking forward to applying to do throughout all 4 of my years. I spoke in high school, so I really enjoyed that experience. And then I really wanted to be able to have that experience with my college peers as well. This experience has been such a formative time of my life. So I think having the opportunity to speak and reflect on that definitely is the perfect ending. So I was incredibly grateful when I was asked to speak at my ceremony.
Garrett, how about you?
I was thrilled. So when I got the email, I was extremely proud of that they decided they wanted to hear me speak. Sometimes I think to myself I could be a silly guy, so I'm like, I'm definitely going to incorporate that into my speech. So it should be very exciting. On being nervous, and when I was in high school, I was in our vocal jazz group, and they made me sing our alma mater at the end of graduation, and I was extremely nervous for that because it's singing in front of people. And then I'm like, so I thought to myself, I'm like, well, I sang in high school. Speaking cannot be half that bad. So I'm just super excited, and really, really can't wait.
That's great. Sonia?
I was, super excited and super thrilled. Like Chloe, this is something that I remember like freshman year moving, they gathered us all on the field for some sort of ceremony or something. And there was a student there who spoke. And I remember looking at them and being like, I wonder how I can get up there. Because that idea of just representing your class and speaking to a group of people and just talking to them and trying to connect to them each individually just like really appealed to me. And so being able to do that at graduation was something that I just kept in the back of my mind for the past 4 years. And so getting that email, I was just like over the moon, honestly, about it. I'm not super nervous about speaking just because like I did a lot of public speaking in high school. I was part of the speech and debate team. So it's something that I'm very comfortable with, very familiar with. But I do think that it will just be a big day and there will just be a lot going on. But I'm overall just super excited about it.
That's great. Joe, what was your experience?
Yeah, so my end of my freshman year, I looked at my grades and I said, I might actually have a shot at being a speaker someday. And I was like, nah, that's probably not going to happen. And I can't even describe it, but every single semester I got a door opened up to a different opportunity that, added to my campus involvement, like being one of the community assistants here for now the past 6 semesters, psychology club, psych, all these different stuff. And funny story, I actually didn't know that I was selected from the email that I received. I thought I was still in the selection process. But apparently I had been chosen for about a month before I actually knew. So I was pretty excited on the day when I actually found out, even though it was a month later.
That's great. Engage, what was your experience like?
Unlike my colleagues here, I very much was, and it may come as a surprise, I was very introverted in high school. So when I came in my freshman year, I never looked at that and said, yeah, I want to do that. I was kind of like, oh, that's pretty brave to do. I don't know that I could. So I commend everybody for obviously feeling that as soon as they came in. But once I got involved in Student Senate, it was kind of a thing where I was like, no, I want to do that. That is something that can just kind of wrap up I guess the ending of my chapter. Just the simple fact that I'm a first generation college student. My family is coming up to see me. It's just going to be a special moment for me to share with them. They actually don't know. So they're going to be surprised the day of. So it's going to be a nice little surprise. Plus the fact of just a little cherry on top, whether it just be fate and how things worked out, but it's also, I graduate on my birthday. So it's just a little, I guess, a birthday gift.
You have a lot of things happening all at the same time. Congratulations.
Yes.
That'll be so neat for your family.
Yes.
And Cassidy, how did you learn? And what was your experience?
I got the email over the weekend, but I didn't check my email, unfortunately, until following student teaching and following the student government meeting. I look at my email and I realized that I was selected. And in that moment, I ran up to Missy Dunn with tears in my eyes and just so much excitement and gratefulness for the opportunity. Like Chloe and Sonia, I've been looking forward to trying to apply with a speech for years. I worked all over winter break trying to make something that I think would matter to a lot of people. So it was just an amazing moment, and I feel very confident.
That's excellent. I'm sure it will go well. So often when you prepare a class to teach or a talk to give, in your mind, you think about that learning outcome. What do you hope that when someone listens to your talk, what do you hope that they take home? What is the one take-home message you're going to deliver with your speech at commencement? Like the one sentence you think everybody who walks out of here should remember this. What do you think, Cassidy? What is this? What should they remember?
So a big theme of my speech is personal superpowers. So I think the big takeaway that I want everyone to have is that they have a power within themselves to make a difference and to make change in the world. So I really hope they can feel that after the speech.
That's excellent. Joe, what is your take-home message?
So I just have one word actually, and it's just perseverance. That's all the spoilers I'm giving.
I realize I'm asking you to let us in your world here, see how this operates. So don't share anything you don't want to. I mean, if you have a big mic drop moment, don't share it here. Wait for the Saturday. But Gage, what is your take-home message?
My take-home message very much is just reflect on your time here. And without giving away too much, just specifically the unconventional moments. College is a very strange and unique thing in the best ways possible. So we definitely touch on that and highlight that.
That's great. Garrett, how about you? What's your message you're sharing?
I think, well, like a lot of us have been talking about here, I mean, we did a lot of different experiences in college that made us do something that we weren't prepared for. Essentially, we were uncomfortable. So what I'm going to be talking about is being uncomfortable, and that just like in college, when you get into the real world, there's going to be situations, there's going to be circumstances where you're going to be uncomfortable and you're not going to know what to do. But I'm here to tell you to embrace that, thrive in it, and try to make yourself do the best you possibly can in any situation, regardless if you're uncomfortable or not. That's what I got. That's all I'm going to give.
And Sonia?
A metaphor that I carry across my speech is like the imagery of like turtles and coming out of your shell and growing. And so that is sort of like the message that I want to give to people is that like, don't be afraid to come out of your shell, take risks, try new things, meet new people, and just like grow through those experiences. Because I think that's one of the most valuable things I've learned through college.
That's great. And Chloe?
I would say that our choices have power and that we are lucky to have choices and that it is important to remember that power when we're making our choices.
That's great. Well, with these teasers, I'm sure people will be anxious to come hear the rest of the talk. This all sounds very good. We'll be right back after this message.
At PennWest University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At PennWest, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Let's go back for just a minute to you as freshmen. When you first finished high school, you're trying to decide where to go to pursue your education. You end up on a PennWest campus. You settle in here. Some of you started before the integration conversation happened. Some of you started the semester of the announcement of integration. But now we have a huge freshman class coming in this fall. They'll show up fall of 25, ready to start the experiences that you've had for the last 4 or 5 years. What advice would you give to a freshman walking on campus for their first time in mid-August, moving into the residence halls, meeting roommates for the first time? What advice would you sit down and give to that person as they begin the journey that you are now completing? Chloe, let's start with you.
I would tell them that it is going to be okay. It feels like a lot of change all at once, and it can be incredibly overwhelming, and that's okay in that moment. But I will tell them that pretty quickly, like, you're going to grow so much and meet so many new people, and it really is going to be okay. I think that all freshmen could benefit from hearing that, because it is just such a scary time and so much change happening that little bit of reassurance that we don't know what is going to happen or what the next 4 years are going to hold, but whatever happens, it will eventually work out, which I still have to remind myself of that sometimes too.
That's great. Garrett, what's your advice to that freshman?
So if I were to walk up to a freshman next semester and give them any advice, what I would say to them is take it all in. Make sure you take one day at a time, because college can get extremely busy. You don't want to look too far ahead. And with that is just embrace the present. Don't dwell on the past, and don't look into the future and get worried about what may be coming up. Because at the end of the day, we only have the next minute, and we only have the next hour. And as college students, and you're coming to a place to grow and get new experiences, just embrace that next minute, embrace that next hour, and just hope for the best in the future.
Very good. Sonia, your best advice to that freshman?
I would say if there is something in your years of college that you want to do or you want to try, maybe there's somewhere you want to go, something you want to do with your roommates or your friends, go and do it. Don't wait till next week or next month or next semester, because suddenly you're going to be a senior who's graduating in 5 days and you don't have a next semester. So if there is something, literally anything that you want to try, just go and do it.
Excellent. Joey?
Your social circle really matters. And if you want to see, what kind of habits and what kind of student you're going to be, take a look at the people that you're spending the most time with, because most likely it's going to resemble them. And just, try to have some wisdom in who you're choosing.
Great advice. Gage?
I would give the advice, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Once you get here, it may seem scary, but stepping out of your comfort zone may lead you to find things that you never knew that you enjoyed. You're going to find paths, you're going to find friendships, you're going to find passions that you couldn't have imagined without that step out of your comfort zone box. And with that, as you go through your journey, you're going to discover yourself. There's really two aspects to college, obviously. You have the academic route, but then obviously the campus life, student engagement side of it. And you need to be able to take part of both of those to be able to have the full experience. So step out of your comfort zone and just embrace that.
Very good. Cassidy?
I would tell them that college is an adjustment period. There's going to be a lot of change, and it might be uncomfortable at first. They might not know where their place is, but eventually they will find their place and they will love their time here. It just takes some time getting used to. And if they need anything, to find a leader or a peer mentor or role model, someone who they can go up to, ask their questions, and get inspired from.
Excellent. I can't believe how relaxed all of you are heading into your last finals week as an undergrad, or for Garrett, second to last finals week as an undergrad. Let's talk for a minute. Just reflect back on that time from freshman to now. What were your best memories of PennWest? What are those things you're going to walk away and say, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad this happened. That was a crazy time. This story I will never forget. Let's have you share a few of those memories over the last 4 years so we can at least document them, and other people who listen can maybe have some similar experiences. Sonia, let's start with you on this one. What are your favorite memories over the last few years?
There's a lot. I would say just all the dumb little things that me and my friends got up to. Me and my roommates, all the shenanigans that we would do in the dorms, or all the weird things that would happen. I can't even think of one off the top of my head, but it's just all of those memories that just you're looking back through photos. It's oh my God, I forgot about that. But that is so funny, Or maybe you're looking through photos and then you see someone in the background. You're oh my God, that's that person. you knew them, but you didn't know them at that point. And it's just so funny how it all just connects, I think.
That's great. Joe, what are your best memories?
I have quite some stories being a CA. Some of them are really funny and great, some of them not so much. The one time I finished up a semester that was extra hard because I was in the freshman dorm and all the challenges that go with that. But at the end of the year, they had one of my residents had gotten a card and he got the whole floor to sign it, and everybody just said thank you for the year. And I was like, wow, that really touched my heart and everything. And so that felt really nice. And then just my time spent at Eagle Commons. I would just go and I would sit down with people I've never met, have conversations. And then with the swim team, we always used to play this game like Stack Cup. So if somebody finished a drink, you'd have to get your drink on top of theirs and then they'd have to take it up for you. So that's something I'll just remember from college.
That's great. Garrett, what are your memories?
So I got quite a few. I did a lot in school. We had a lot of fun times. I would say when I sat here and you asked that question the first time, I wrote down a couple of my memories. And the first one that came to mind is me and my fraternity brothers, we go to football games. And the one last year, I believe it was your first Edinburgh football game.
That's
We
right.
decided to show up. We got some paint. We wrote the borough on our chests. We got pretty rowdy, and you were able to come and join us in the student section. I thought that was super cool because you would think a lot of presidents want to get involved with a bunch of fraternity brothers mid football game, but you came up there and cheered with us, and it was a great time. The second thing I wanted to bring up was all the times that me and my fraternity brothers had. Looking back on it, all of the homecomings and all of the frater days and the Fulcrum fundraiser we do every year, those have really been great experiences for me. I learned a lot from my brothers, and I also just learned a lot in general. So I'm really fortunate for that and all the fun times. I'm really going to miss that. I'm happy I got one more semester. I'm able to come back and hang out with those guys and be able to hopefully build up our fraternity a bit more while I can. But yeah, it's crazy looking back at all the memories, and it's going to be awesome when I'm able to graduate. But it's going to be kind of sad when you realize you can't be doing all that stuff all the time like we were able to in college.
Oh, that's great. And I remember that day in the Edinburgh football game. Well, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Chloe?
I would definitely say my best memories come from being a Highland ambassador. That was something I joined fall of my freshman year. It was the very first thing I got involved in, and so many things happened because of it. I got to serve on the board, and all those memories I got to make with my board, and just the friendships I developed in ambassadors wouldn't have happened without it. So definitely that. And then also, I would say working in the provost office, that was something that carried through all my years of college too. And just being in Reader Hall really, really made an impact on me.
Excellent. Thanks, Chloe. Cassidy?
I think my best memories came from the friendships I was able to make in college, as well as the different clubs that I was able to be a part of. I distinctly remember going out of my comfort zone freshman year and going to an open mic with my two friends, Amanda and Becca, and we sang Determinate from Lemonade Mouth in front of a whole bunch of kids, which was a little nerve-wracking. And also being a part of a club with student government, we had student appreciation weeks, and we got to organize different events, but also participate in some really fun activities like Just Dance, bingo. You'd be surprised with how serious college students take bingo. And then we did an Awala scavenger hunt, and people would chase us down for a free water bottle. So definitely some great memories.
Oh, that's great. Well, this has been so fun to hear your stories and memories. Have you give advice to freshmen who may be starting in the fall? As we prepare to wrap up, let's do one more round and give you a chance to say thank you. Gratitude is such a powerful tool in our lives. As you look back in the last 4 years, I want to say thank you to you for choosing PennWest, and not just focusing on yourself, but focusing on your ability to contribute to the campus community over the last 4 or 5 years. That alone, your contributions have helped not only you become better, but helped other people become better and had a better experience here. But is there anybody you'd like to say thank you to as you prepare to leave your college career? Cassidy, let's start with you.
I have a lot of thank yous in my speech, so I'll try not to repeat those. So if I don't say your name, maybe listen to my speech. But I would like to say thank you to a lot of my professors. Thank you to Dr. Wright from Education Department, Dr. Spicer from Communications, who actually gave me inspiration in public speaking. I want to say thank you to my best friends, Becca and Amanda, for making my college experience what it was. And lastly, thank you just to all the faculty and staff who really worked to make this university a home to their students.
Thanks, Cassidy. Engage.
I first and foremost have to thank my parents, just from being here from the beginning, supporting me through it all, and then the rest of my family, my girlfriend, and then also just the friends that I've made along the way. The friendships that I've made, I could not imagine. I truly believe that the people that I've met here, I'm going to know for the rest of my life. And I also, an especially big thanks to people such as yourself, Dr. Anderson, and the faculty and staff across PennWest. The simple fact of just the relationship that we formed as I've been here over the years, that's really what's driven my passion to wanting to pursue a career in higher education. And I am forever grateful for that. So yes, just a little bit of that. I could make a whole speech an hour long just thanking people.
Thanks, Gage. Joe?
Yeah, my list, I guess, would be really long, but just to rattle off some names: Megan Boozer, Anna Mills, for all the help they do with the clubs. That is so great. Faculty, they put in a lot of effort and a lot of hours, and I always tried to get them a card, at the end of the semester, just to say a little thank you. But they are definitely a group that goes unappreciated, so I'm very grateful for them. All the people that work behind the scenes, like everybody's already said, all the faculty, all the staff from all the campuses. That's been a lot to handle with the merger. I'd also like to thank, as Gage said, my family as well, my girlfriend, and lastly, probably God, just for bringing me where I am.
Thanks, Joe. Sonia?
There's a lot of people to thank, like my family, my professors, all the staff, any other support systems that really helped me along this journey. But like in particular, I think one person who stands out for me is Dave Goodwill. I have been his student worker for 3 years, and it has been an absolute pleasure. I love working for Dave. I am very sad to not be his student worker next year, but like that job, he is the one who encouraged me to become student trustee. And without that, I wouldn't have realized that like student affairs is something that I want to go into. Like that job just allows me to see so much of the campus life and the spirit that I just love seeing. And just all of those people, I wouldn't get to interact with as many of them as I do without Dave asking me, hey, you looking for a job next fall? I will always be grateful to Dave and for everything that he's done.
Excellent. Thanks, Sonia. Garrett?
Like everyone else has been saying, it's really hard to pinpoint, but I would like to first off, I thank my family, my friends, all the advisors and mentors I've met throughout college. But if I could put it down to 2 people, I would like to thank my dad, Michael Hanna, and my girlfriend, Paige Dunlap. Without those 2 people in my life during this time in college, I have no idea where I would be. The amount of support they've been able to give me, the amount of advice they've been able to give me, they've been with me when I'm on my highs, and they stuck by my side on my lows. But it's just, I'm so grateful that I'm able to have people like them in my life to support me, to be there for me, and to care for me, because I know that's hard to find, but I'm really happy I got, like I said, everyone in my support group. So I just want to give special thanks to those 2 in particular.
Thanks, Garrett. And Chloe?
Definitely my parents. I owe great thanks to, they raised me into the person I am, who was able to accomplish the last 4 years. So I absolutely would not be here without them. Also, the friends I've made in college, I could not have gotten through these years without those people. They were there through everything, and they have become such important people in my life. And then definitely faculty who, support us through our education and are there to teach those classes, but staff in particular definitely have a special place in my college experience. I worked with so many of them. Like I said, being in the provost office, those staff members did a lot for me in my years here, and I'm super grateful for them as well.
That's great. Well, this has been so fun to talk to all of you. I really appreciate your preparation to make commencement a special experience, and look forward to hearing the talks that you'll give, and look forward to the influence those talks will have on those who attend. So thanks for your efforts to be here at PennWest, and make sure that you all stay connected. And when you're rich and famous, you come back and help donate some money to scholarships so more students can have the same opportunities that you've had as students here at PennWest. So Chloe, Garrett, Sonia, Joe, Gage, Cassidy, good luck with finals this week, and we look forward to Saturday and commencement and hearing from you. Thank you for joining today, the Power of PennWest podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.